Makeshift Garage.
You're watching Makeshift Garage.
You're watching Makeshift Garage.
Beautiful. This is engine assembly lube, but this is best. You get a nice break in. Anyways, that's my opinion. So here we go. Last 4 lifters going in. And then I know all you Chevy guys are like, all right, now the push rods, right? No, Ford, FE, dude, we got to put the intake on now. And the push rods slide through the intake. Is that nuts? It's nuts. Half of the head is on the intake, or what seems to be the head on most engines. Even a 385 Ford series is different. It has a regular intake. You do everything first, then that. This is opposite. You put this on, then the rest of the rocker assembly. So after making a mess, just got to clean it up a little bit. No big deal. A nice cotton rag will take care of. Notice there's no cotton all over the place. I didn't use them cheap ass rags. I used a good one. I know there's guys out there that say, don't use cotton. Come on, there's nothing on this, eh? Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the way she blows. All right, so once fitting these, as you can see, they have an extra cutout, so apparently this is universal for another head, another type of head. But you always have to make sure you put some goop around these water jackets and goop the bolts that go next to those water jackets, because you could end up with a leak, and you definitely don't want a leak. No way, no how. I've seen guys not use these, maybe because they didn't have them, but Ford used them for a reason. And you got to go with that, You have to go with that. So you just got to make sure you put it in the right way. And there it is. In the right way. Perfectly lined up. Has a place to line it. Yep. I love this. If you're not using these when you're building engines, man, you're working way so hard. This is so freaking cool. Boom. You gotta go crazy, but you gotta do it, man. You gotta put a little swipe on there. And the trick is, when you plop these on, you make sure you push these in a little bit and you hold them while you snug them a little bit, because they do move. A lot of guys, hey listen, a lot of guys don't even use these. They give them to me, so I use them, I make them work. A lot of guys don't. They just cork the whole thing up and go. And that's fine. I guess, that's fine. So when you're taking motors apart, it's always good to take pictures, because when you take pictures, when you put intakes on, these 2 bolts go somewhere special compared to the rest of them. That's why we got pictures. Let me show you this. Ford did crazy shit when they were casting. Now look, you look here and you go, oh my God, it's garbage. What the? And then when you look at second look, you realize it's all casting. It's the way it is. It's on both sides, it's casting. That's the way they did it. They didn't care about the way it looked, they cared about performance. You gotta put the intake on before you put the push rods in. This is definitely interesting as opposed to Chevys and whatnot. But you also want to have these. You want everything there. There's no chance of anything being dry on a startup. Because remember, you got to break this cam and lifters in. And when you do that, you got to run it at 2,000 RPM and bump it up to like 2,500, back down to 2,000, then back up to 2,500. And you got to do that for 20 minutes at least to break these cams and lifters in right. Because if you don't, you can wipe out a cam or a lifter, and then the whole fucking build has to be done again. Really, the truck needed head gaskets. That was what this build was all about. It had a blown head gasket. But while we were at it, if we had to tear the damn heads off and start doing head gaskets, it was tired. The truck was very tired, and it was smoky. It was whatever, So that's why we did the complete rebuild. They get 80,000 miles on it, but it's got like 200,000 hours on it, A lot of running hours, a lot of low running hours, and that's what this truck will probably get, because it's all local. Unless he starts traveling all over the place to do pizza parties, which he does have a pizza party lined up, well, we can't get the water pump. We're still waiting till the 7th to get the water pump. He had a party lined up for the 9th. He said, I'm canceling the party, forget it. Take your time, wait for the pump to come in, do it right. We could have put the old pump on. He said, nah, forget it. Don't worry about it. We'll line a party up for after that. If I said it once, I said it again. You gotta get this when you're building a motor, man. Holy crap. One can does the whole motor, and it's so freaking easy. I also got this shit everywhere, and you're squeezing, and perfect. This thing is like freaking awesome. We're making sure we paint everything up as we put it on. Everything's looking good. We had to go out and buy new bolts, but here we go, new bolts. And we're anti-seizing them. That, I think, is very important. You never know when you gotta whip these things back off. They won't break. I hate when the bolts are breaking, man. Ooh, what is going on? I have a lot of broken bolts on this, so this is gonna be awesome. This stuff is really good. You know, just regular silver grade anti-seize, man. That's all you need, bro. That's all you need. Makes the job easy. So the book calls for 18 to 24 pounds. We'll shoot around 20, 22. But you know, a good thing to do too is once you put them in, see the top of the bolt comes through there just a drop? It's always good to just cover it with anti-seize, man. Then you really don't have to worry about them. One side down, one side to go. Let's do it, dude. This side is on. Oh, things just look so beautiful when they get together. When the paint goes on and and things match up, boom. I am so happy with this stuff. Next up, water pump. And then we got to put the back of this motor together. Here's the back stuff. We still got to clean it up a little bit and get the flex plate on there, get the back of it. That all got to be cleaned up. So that's next, but we can't put it on because I'm not going to drop the motor on the floor to put it on and then do this on the floor. We'll wait. We might as well start working on some other projects and wait for the water pump. We're going to be freshening it up, man. We're going back to the Firetruck. We're getting the motor in. She's ready. It's a 391 FT. It's going into, we rebuilt the whole motor, man. It was so hard. We walked away. We hadn't done anything for a long time because we couldn't even get parts. Finally, they came in. The water pump was the last thing to come in. It took months. We finally got the water pump, and we're ready. We're going to put it in. We're going to get over there. We're going to do it. So stay tuned, man. Hey, let's get her done. But holy mackerel. These long ones go into here, right? You'd be worried. You'd be saying, whoa, they're going to go through and they're going to hit the motor, right? Nah, man. There's a whole lot of stuff that goes on this. I'll show you. So I'm bolting on the back spacer. This is the spacer that goes up to the tranny. It's like a bell housing, but not really. It goes to the bell housing of the tranny. It's really a spacer. And what it does is right here and here, there are tranny motor mounts that literally hold the engine. So not only does it bolt to the tranny, but it's got tranny motor mounts that bolt up too. So it's pretty interesting. When we get to the truck, I'll show you. You believe it? You can't even fit a finger in there. That is not going to work. However, if we took it off of that line, we'd be good to go.